Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ananda Dulwis from class 3, Faculty of Letters, English Department, Pamulang University. In this video, I would like to make video material for my final exams in semantics. Okay, and this video material I would like to explain meaning and language comparison. And there are several lists of content for our material. The first one is translation problems. The second one is headache international. And the third one is relativism. And the next one is Berlin and case investigation of color terms, and the last one is consequences. There are 5 lists of content. Okay, for the first one, there are translation problems. It is in semantics arise when there is a mismatch or miscommunications between the meaning of a sentence in the source language and the target language. This can occur due to various factors such as differences in linguistic structures, cultural nuances, and idiomatic expressions. Here are some common translation problems in semantics, such as the first one is idiomatic expressions. Idioms often lack direct translations, making it challenging to convey the intended meaning. Okay, for example, break leg in English does not have a direct translation in many languages, as it is a cultural expression meaning good luck. Okay, for the second one is semantic shifts. Semantic shifts occur when the meaning of a word or phrase changes over time or across languages. This can result in misunderstandings if the translator is not aware of these shifts. And the last one is homophones. Homophones are words that sound the same but have different meanings. Okay, for example, to and to are homophones. Homophones can lead to misunderstandings if not translated correctly. For the second one is headache international. In semantics, refers to difficulties and complexities that arise when dealing with language and meaning across different countries and cultures. That can include issues like the first one is translation challenges. Words and phrases might not have direct equivalence in other languages, leading to potential misunderstandings. And the next one is cultural nuances. Certain concepts or expressions may carry different connotations in different cultures, making communication tricky. And the next one is legal and technical terms. This can vary significantly between countries, requiring careful interpretation to avoid errors. And the last one is multilingual communication. Ensuring clarity and consistency when communicating in multiple languages can be demanding. Okay guys, for the next one is relativism and universalism. The first one is relativism. Relativism in semantics suggests that meaning and truth are relative to the cultural, linguistic, or individual context. This means that what is considered true or meaningful can vary from one culture or language to another. For the example, the word freedom might have different connotations in different cultures. In some cultures, it might emphasize individual rights and personal autonomy, while in others, it might occur where on collective responsibility and social harmony. Okay, the second one is universalism. In semantics, universalism refers to the idea that certain concepts, meanings, or linguistic features are universally shared across all human languages. So, for the example, basic emotions like such as anger, or happiness or sadness are often considered universal. The words for these emotions may differ across languages, but the underlying concepts are understood similarly by people everywhere. Okay guys, for the next one is Berlin and Case investigation of color terms. It is explored how different languages categorize and name colors. They found patterns that suggest both universal and relative aspects in the semantics of color terms. They proposed that all languages develop color terms in specific order. Languages with only two color terms always have words for black and white. Languages with three terms add word for red and so on, adding words for green or yellow text. Then blue, brown, and finally more specific colors like purple, pink, orange, and gray. For example, in English, we have distinct terms for blue and green. In some languages, such as Vietnamese, there are a single term like sang, that covers both blue and green, so additional concept or modifiers can differentiate them. And here, the last one is consequences. Consequences refers to the implications or results that follow from a particular action, event, or set of findings. However, in this context, it refers to the implications of the research findings on color terms for the structuralist. There is a view of language and the debate between relativism and universalism in linguistics. Or, in other words, the set of the interpretations that make all members true is a subset of the set of the interpretations that make. So I think that's all from my video material. Hope you guys like it. Thank you for watching.